All right, we're going to go ahead and be starting a brand new unit now. It's going to be super crunchy now. So we're going to go back to verifying identities. Again, we're going to be doing that later on in this section. And we're going to start to use the other identities. And what I've pasted right here from our textbook is the sum and difference formulas. Don't get all crazy. Don't need to memorize all those, of course. But what you will need to do is how to apply them and manipulate them, for our problems that we need to do here. Okay, so you might want to pause the video real quick and go ahead and copy down. They're called the sum and difference formulas. If I add two angles together, the sine of two angles together, I take the sine of the difference, cosine of the sum, cosine difference, tangent sum, and tangent difference there. Okay, so we want to find the exact value of 75 cosine of 75 degrees. Now, on our unit circle, right, that's not one of our nice degrees, meaning like our nice degrees are the ones that they're at the quadrant ones, right? There's 30 degrees. We can take the cosine of 30 degrees, or 45 degrees. That's nice. We have 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and so forth, right? So basically, we just can't take the cosine of 75 degrees without a calculator. But if we use one of our formulas up here, and since we're doing cosine, we're going to use either the cosine sum or the cosine difference. And the goal is this, is to rewrite the cosine of 75 degrees as either a sum or a difference of two numbers that are on our unit circle. And in that case, isn't it true that 75 is the same thing as 30 degrees plus 45 degrees? I didn't change the problem. I just rewrote 75 as 30 degrees and 45 degrees. Okay, and I specifically chose 30 and 45 because 30 and 45 are nice numbers on the unit circle. And we're going to be able to find the cosine of 30 and the cosine of 45. Okay, so we're going to be using this formula right here then. All right? So basically, this 30 degrees is going to be our u, and this 45 degrees is going to be our v. So I'm just going to go ahead and just straight plug it in. So that's the cosine of 30 degrees times the cosine of 45 degrees minus the sine of 30 degrees times the sine of 45 degrees. And I guess I should put the little degree right there because we are in degrees. Okay, so all it is, I replaced u and v with u is 35 and 45 is v. And now this is very, very simple now. Okay, we just got to go ahead and use what we know about the unit circle here. So cosine of 30 degrees is radical 3 over 2. Cosine of 45 degrees is radical 2 over 2. Sine of 30 degrees is 1/2. Sine of 45 degrees is radical 2 over 2. All right? And let's just go ahead and simplify this. Actually, maybe I'll just go down. Square root of 3 times square root of 2 is square root of 6 all over 2. And this is just going to become 1 times negative, or 1 times radical 2 is radical 2 over I'm sorry, this should be over 4. Change that right there. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. And then 2 times 2 is 4 right there. So our final answer, we'll just write it under 1 denominator, square root of 6 minus square root of 2, all over 4. All right, so, and what's really neat, you can check your answer by doing the following. Putting cosine of 75 degrees in your calculator, and that's going to give you a decimal answer. Okay, and make sure that your calculator is in degrees. And actually, maybe I'll just do that here real quick, just for the sake of proving the point that I'm trying to make right now. So the cosine of 75 degrees is going to give you a decimal of 0.2588. Okay, so I'm going to put approximately 0.2588. Now, put this in your calculator, and what do you think that decimal is going to be? Yes, that's also going to be 0.2588. So that's kind of a way to check your answer to see if this is the correct answer or not. Okay, so this is an approximate answer, right? 0.2588. But this is an exact answer, which is why it says find the exact value. Or else we could have just put it in our calculator and then we're done. So you got to follow the steps here to find the exact value.